All right, now we got to talk about a day. If we're going to talk about best day ever, we have to talk about one day that was both euphoric for me and you is the Giants' undefeated game. Okay, so listen, here's the deal. You're talking to two G-Men fan here. By the way, in my opinion, this team, the draft they had this year was incredible. I really do think that they're on the right track. But 2007, the undefeated Patriots, the machine that was the Patriots.
Crazy.
With Randy Moss.
Yeah.
And fucking Brady, both winning the records that year, too.
Look,
that's what a lot of people don't understand, the season that Brady had that year.
Yeah.
And the season that Randy Moss had. They had the greatest seasons in their respected positions, and they were undefeated.
They were undefeated, and they were undefeated through the playoffs. I mean, so how many games? How is that possible in football? Has anyone ever done that?
And
has any other team ever done that?
What, undefeated?
Gone undefeated to the Super Bowl?
No. The 72 Dolphins did it, but it was a 14 game season, and they won the Super Bowl undefeated.
Right. So one other team did it in a shorter season.
One other team did it in a shorter season, and I think it's a lot harder now.
Of course.
Because back then guys didn't leave. Like now with free agency, guys leave. Okay. Because I remember Stacy started crying when Plaxico caught the pass to win because I thought there was a flag. Do you remember where you were?
Yeah, I remember the whole thing.
Yeah. Where were you? Where were you?
So I was with my girlfriend. It was, that game, right, is what sports is all about. That's what makes sports great, is when you're seeing something that is as close to impossible happen as you can in your life. In your life, I'll put that game up at like a miracle. It's as close to a miracle that you'll never see a miracle. You'll never see someone turn water into wine. You'll never see. Yeah. But that catch, him catching it, and the things that had to go right, and who was the catch out of bounds? Which wide receiver was that? The drive down the field?
No, that's a different Super Bowl, though.
Oh, that was a different
You're talking
Super Bowl.
about Manningham.
They were both great.
You're talking about Manningham in 11, where Eli put it right where, and then he got hit out of bounds.
Yeah.
That's 11.
Yeah, well,
which was still insane.
Yeah, they were both. See, I had equal reaction to both of them.
Yeah,
because they were both similar games. It was like the last drive.
They were both similar games.
They were similar games. It was like the last drive, against the Patriots.
Yep.
You're down. The underdog by a lot.
Well, the first one you said is true. Historically, there's been no 14-point underdog.
Yeah,
the undefeated team. The Giants were 14-point dogs going to Super Bowl, which is the biggest for a Super Bowl against an undefeated team.
And that's when they beat Green Bay in the winter game, right?
That's when they beat Green Bay in the winter game in -4 degrees.
Right.
Yeah.
So it started there, where you're going like that wasn't supposed to happen.
No, that's nuts.
And then you're watching this almost miracle happen. It's like almost a miracle. You're watching something. You're thinking about this. It's not rehearsed. It's not planned. It's like it could go this way or that way, and it's just an inch catch, and you're watching this crazy thing happen.
If the cone of the ball nips the grass, we're not talking about this.
And you're beating a giant. It's like the old David and Goliath thing.
I was just going to say, it is.
Yeah, it's David versus Goliath, and you're saying, David, once in a while, David can win. It can win. That's why you're tuning in. Like, it can happen. Like, no matter who you are, no matter, the odds are against you. You gotta go give it your all, because that's exactly when a miracle happens.
Yeah.
Is when the miracle doesn't happen when the Patriots or the Goliath, whatever it may be, and whatever thing does what it's expected to do.
Yeah.
Performs the way it's expected. There's no miracle that's possible in that formula, because it's expected.
Yep.
They have it. The miracle happens when something that 9 out of 10. If the Giants and them play 9 other games against each other, whatever, the Patriots probably win, the majority of those games.
Yeah.
If they played again, probably the Patriots win. But in that one game, with the momentum and the amount of things that had to go right for that to happen, and if you're going to beat that team, we were on the losing side of this too with the Red Sox when the Red Sox came back.
That was tough.
Yeah, but that's what it has to take if you're going to do something impossible like that. And so when it happens for the team you're rooting for, it was just ecstatic.
And doesn't that make you, dude, you know me, and I don't want to get nuts on this, but doesn't it make you think in some sort of destiny and fate and meant to be? The only way The only way the Red Sox were getting over that hump, getting
that
over
way.
that curse, getting over that down 0-3,
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
the game before we won, 19-1,
Yeah.
and they're going, this is a joke. And then we'll get them next time. We'll get them. And we ran out of next days, dude, and they did it, and it was the most euphoric thing for them. You're right. It's the opposite of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But who was it? Was it John Madden? Rest his soul.
And if you know sports, you're going like, this is impossible.
Right, but-
Down 3-0.
Yeah.
You're getting slaughtered 19-1. It's like, this is impossible.
But I think it was.
This is as close to a miracle as you can come.
No, it's.
And when you're emotionally invested in that team, you know,
And you went to games that year,
Yeah.
and you spent money, and you spent Sunday afternoons, or what, and you're watching it. But Madden or Chris Berman said, "Is like that's why they play the game. You watch a game, right?
Yeah.
You watch a game, and I'll tell you another the NBA playoffs too. You watch an NBA playoff game and you're like, oh, that team's gonna win. And all of a sudden, somebody that you don't know about starts hitting threes.
Yeah.
And somebody, oh, this kid's coming. And like that's why we watch it, and that's why it's euphoric. I could not imagine what those Red Sox fans felt.
Oh, dude.
Could you imagine what they must have felt?
Because I'll tell you, it still brings a smile to my face just talking about it. I don't know why it affected me the way that it affected me.
What, the Giants?
The Giants.
Yeah.
But those two games, right? And I'm a Yankee fan, so I've been through many Yankees wins. You know, the Knicks were heartbreaking, but they were always good. When I was coming up, I was a hardcore Knicks fan, like unhealthy.
Yeah.
You know, because
Like
you know
Lucas.
me, I get
Like
in.
Lucas. Well, Lucas is too
Yeah,
much.
I
He
was
gets
like
fevers.
that. We
Yeah.
all, my friend group was like that.
No, yeah,
when
my
we were
son gets
kids.
fevers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you know, that's the Greek part.
Yeah.
That's the Greek part.
He gets hurt. He
Yeah,
gets
that's the Greek
emotionally
part.
hurt.
I get hurt.
Yeah, yeah.
You remember we were watching the Yankee wild card game in the bar, and I got hurt.
I went to the
it
bathroom.
Hurts it hurts.
Me and Yannis were watching the one wild card. It was when the wild card first got introduced to the league, and the Yankees were playing the Astros, and it was like a one game thing, and the Yankees were favorites and should have won and lost. And Giannis's whole demeanor, I think we were eating wings and a thing, and he got real quiet, weird, and he just goes, it hurts. And I remember going to the bathroom taking a piss, and I came back laughing because it changed you.
Well, that's the thing. You give your whole heart to it, which is the way you're supposed to do it in life.
Yes.
Is give your whole heart. Yeah, but when you do that, when it doesn't work out, it stinks. But when it works out, that's why you get the euphoria. And I was saying to you the other day, that's how me and you were built.
Yeah.
So we get the real highs, and sometimes we get the real lows. But I wouldn't change it because you know the euphoria I felt from those two victories. They're still, I call them two. They're two of the best days of my life. With those two Super Bowls, 11 and 18.
Where did you watch each of them?
So the 11 one. I was with my ex-girlfriend's brother-in-law. So it was her and her sister and him. And
Wow, that's specific. That's how you know you remember.
Oh yeah, I was friends with him. He's a great guy, and he used to play football. So he's a massive football fan. So
Yeah.
every Sunday we would go over to their house and watch football. And so we did it every Sunday. And then we watched through the playoffs. And so the Giants were having this unbelievable run and whatever. And then the Giants are in the Super Bowl. And we're just watching that game. And, you know, we're drinking, having a good time. And it's an incredible game. And, you know, and I remember they just won. And I'm just like, Joe McCoy, like, what? It's like you're watching.
Couldn't even believe it.
You're watching a miracle, dude.
Yeah.
You're watching Jesus ascend to heaven. You're watching water turned into wine. You're watching Lazarus being raised from the dead. You're watching something that just isn't possible.
Yeah.
Like the catch like this, it's just not possible.
But when they won and the final thing went off, did you cry or were you?
I felt like, you know, I felt like you can't explain it. And it lasted. The thing about it that was so great is it lasted.
It lasted.
I was like happy for a long time just thinking about it. Like it just lasted, just the happiness, the joy of it, you know. And I think it's because it symbolized more. First of all, you know, I'm invested in a team. I'm a Giant fan. I'm just Giants and Yankees. It used to be Knicks, but the Knicks, I think it was so unhealthy, like the way your sons are.
It was almost like an abusive.
It was an
You
abusive-
probably had to get out. Yeah,
I had to get out,
A doctor probably would said to you, you should just walk away for a
And
while.
that's what it did.
Yeah,
That's what it did. Because I was at the Larry Johnson 4-point play game.
Yeah.
You know, and then they lose, and then they do things like that, and then they lose.
You
right?
So wait a minute. Just to go back. You cared so much about the Knicks that you actually, because me and you, we didn't get into arguments, but I'm like, how can you do that? How could you not enjoy this new run? But
Have you ever noticed, like, I have walls up with it? I have walls up with the Knicks. I have walls up. It was like a ex-wife that like something bad. She
because
cheated on
sometimes
me.
I feel like I need to like convince you.
Yeah. It's like
Or
I have
like
a
I'm
wall
like they're
up.
good.
But you didn't know me when I was a kid, right? So I was watching the Knicks on black and white TV
walls up.
with Trent Tucker, Lewis Orr, Rory Sparrow, I was Bill Cartwright.
Are you talking about before? Like you're talking.
And basketball was my sport. That's the sport I love.
Yeah.
So the Knicks was like, I had it, and they were bad. And they were really always bad. And I was like so
You
in
invested.
love. I was invested. And then it was the 90s, right?
So then you got real
and
happy
then
with Pat.
and then it started going good with Pat.
Yeah.
And then Pat Riley came in, and they started winning. And then it was just like the Bulls. It was like this thing too of like they didn't do it. They could never do it.
They couldn't get over the hump.
They couldn't get over the hump. So
yeah.
I just I think maybe part of that was in the Giants' victory too. Was like, the underdog won.